Hey everyone, welcome back to the InspireCast. I'm Prahlad Shankar, and today we're talking about something I've been thinking about a lot lately. How can people make a real impact in the communities we live in? Sometimes it feels like making a difference has to be something big, but I'm learning that the impact can also come from small actions, volunteering, and just being involved where you are. In episode 5 of the InspireCast, I'm talking to Tira Schwartz, who spent 20 years working in tech at companies like Stripe, Redfin, and Microsoft, leading teams that helped create products people use every day. What inspired me is what she chose to do next. Tira decided to take time away from the tech industry to spend more time giving back to her community. She volunteers at FamilyWorks, mentors early career professionals, supports childcare organizations, and works in groups like Mom Demand Action. Through her experiences, she shows how getting involved can help both the community and yourself grow. In this episode, we talk about the different ways people can contribute, why volunteering matters, and how small efforts can lead to meaningful change. I hope this conversation inspires you like it inspires me. Let's get started. Welcome, Tira. Thank you for letting me interview you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm doing good too. So, I've heard you worked for FamilyWorks. What does it do?
Yeah, so FamilyWorks is a local organization here in Seattle that is primarily a food bank. So you can go there and get food if you're in need. And they also have a mobile pantry, so food gets brought to people who are in need. But they also have what's called a family resource center, which is where I volunteer. In the Family Resource Center, they give out diapers, clothing, toys. They also provide a variety of services like classes and playgroups.
Wow, so it's just like a do-all for underprivileged people.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just caught something like it delivers food to you.
Yeah.
How does that work? Who delivers it?
Yeah, so they have an actual like a bus where and they call it a mobile pantry, where they put food in the pantry and it gets delivered to people. And you can even order online and place an order to have your food delivered.
Yeah. So for the branch you work in, where they give like diapers and supplies, does that what's like the focus? Do you try to give it to parents, kids?
Yeah,
What's the focus?
We have over 500 families currently that are registered, and the number is actually growing. We just got new funding. And so families sign up. We have one parent or caregiver in the family that can sign up, and they're able to come to us once a month to pick up diapers, and they can get a sleeve. A sleeve is usually about 50 diapers. So it doesn't supply diapers for the whole month for the family, but it does help supplement to make things just a little bit easier. And we also provide wipes, which is equally important to help with families and their expenses.
That seems amazing. So I have one more question about FamilyWorks. So with the brand you work in, I heard a lot about helping babies and parents. Is there anything to help like young adults like my age?
Yeah, so we recently did a toy drive,
nice.
which you helped out with. So there's the toy drive for the holiday season, and there's also a variety of events that the Family Resources Center either puts on or helps connect families with.
Like a fundraiser?
No, more like if you want tickets to go to Zoo Lights, for example, a family can get tickets for their whole family. There's a number of tickets that would be set aside for families in need. And so a kid your age would be able to go see Zoo Lights, for example.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what does PEPS do?
Yeah, so PEPS is another organization that I volunteered with. I volunteered with them before I was volunteering with the FamilyWorks organization. PEPS is an early parent support group. So the way it works is when you've just had a new baby in your life, you sign up for this support group where you're matched with maybe 5 to 8 other families that live close by to you and also had a new baby recently. And you meet once a week with these other families, and you're able to talk about different topics that are important to having a new baby. So it could be things like feeding and sleep, or just your well-being, your mental health. And so I both participated as a new parent, but then I became a PEPS leader, where I was leading the group of new parents, and I was a leader twice with PEPS, and it was a really rewarding experience.
So it's like an advisory?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's like advisory for new families. That's a great analogy.
So when I was just visiting PEP's website, I noticed like a bunch of like group chats about a certain topic.
Yes.
So that it's not just like a miscellaneous consult all. It's like has like a specific topic.
Yeah. So, for example, when I was leading a PEPS group, each week we would have a different topic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so, for example, a lot of new parents are really worried about sleep. How do they get more sleep? How do they make sure their baby gets more sleep? And so we would bring in an expert, like a sleep consultant, to come in, talk to the families, give them some practical tips, but also help them know when is a time to seek out support. When's the right time to maybe hire a professional or talk to someone so that you don't feel like you're, floundering or that you're all alone. And so it's really nice when, you're a new parent, you don't have time to read every single book. And even if you read books before you have a kid, it's so much different once the baby has arrived. And so it's really nice to be able to get together and have someone in real time be able to support you through it. And so we have those topics, but you can also talk to other people. What are their experiences? Do they have advice or do they have tips? Things that have worked out well for them or things that didn't work well and maybe things to avoid.
So just a follow up to that. Mm-hmm. How do you choose those topics? Like there's so many to talk about. Babies are like variable. Anything can happen. How do you choose?
Yeah. So that was actually driven by the participants, the other members of the group. And so when I was a leader, I think I had everyone fill out like a survey or something of like, here's a list of like 50 topics we could talk about and tell us which ones are most interesting to you. And then we would just take the ones that people voted on the most.
So do you reuse the same topics every year or?
I think there's probably about 50% overlap. A lot of new parents have common issues. So like I said, sleep was one. Feeding can be another one. Some babies struggle a lot too, for example, like take their first bottle if they didn't already have a bottle from the get-go. So there's lots of questions that new parents have where they tend to all sort of coalesce around the same themes.
Yeah, being a parent seems like stressful work. Like, just look at my mom, for example.
I think she's doing a great job.
Yeah, I think so too. So, speaking of moms, I also heard you work in a foundation called Moms Demand Action. So, what is that about?
Yeah, that's right. So, I volunteered with Moms Demand Action. That was also before I was volunteering with FamilyWorks. And Moms Demand Action is an organization that works towards passing legislation for gun safety and sensible gun legislation.
So, how do you contact the congressmen and women?
Yeah, so a lot of it, the really wonderful thing about Moms Demand Action was there was just so much organization. And so I didn't have to, figure out how to contact legislators. All the information would just come to me, like show up at this time, at this place, and then I could participate. A lot of the work that I did was actually data entry and backend. So helping with, because tech is something that I'm passionate about and have experience with. And so it was really neat to be able to think about what is an organization that I'm passionate about and I feel strongly about, but also what can I bring to the table? What is something that's unique to me? So I actually did, I probably spent the bulk of my time doing data entry for Moms Demand Action and a little bit less time of the actual heavy lifting. One of the really cool things about volunteering is you don't have to make a difference by doing the thing that is the ultimate goal for the organization. You can actually just support other people who are doing those things and still make a huge difference to the organization.
So it's kind of like how the top part of the pyramid can't like survive without the bottom.
I love that. Yeah.
So what part of gun control and like nonviolence like resonates with you? Like why did you join Moms Demand Action?
Yeah. So actually, Sandy Hook happened. I think within a week or two.
That was Obama's term, right?
Yes, it was. It happened within a week or two of me going back to work after having my first child. And I remember being incredibly emotional about it in a new way. I've always, had, a visceral reaction to hearing about gun violence, but it just hit in a different way. And I thought, I need to do something about this. I can't just have the feelings. I have to turn those feelings into action.
Yeah, that seems like a very inspiring story. I don't know how I would react if that horrible news came to me during this time.
Yeah.
So, how can one join all these organizations?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been really lucky where I would hear about some of these opportunities through friends and neighbors. And so I think the first thing to do, it's kind of like what you're doing, is just ask questions. Find out about the people around you. Where do they volunteer and do they enjoy volunteering with those organizations? And that's how I learned about these organizations, was through asking lots of questions and talking to friends and neighbors. But you can, with most nonprofit organizations, they'll have a link on their website of how to volunteer or how to contribute to the organization.
Yeah.
And oftentimes there's a lot of different ways that they can receive help, whether it's financially or your time. And even when it's your time, you can kind of choose how you want to do it. When I chose to volunteer for FamilyWorks, I was really excited about the opportunity to give out diapers because it meant that I got to interact with the parents and their children. They bring their babies in often with them. And so it just felt like a really great way to be connected to community by actually seeing the impact of your actions in real time.
Yeah. So, just a quick question. So, FamilyWorks is local.
Mm-hmm.
PEPS is local.
Mm-hmm.
So, Moms in Demand, is that local?
No, it's across the country. It's a very large organization, and they're associated with Everytown America, which is also a really large gun sense.
It's so amazing that you're in part of that.
Yeah, thanks.
Wow. So, thank you so much for coming. I just have one last question.
What's that?
So, everything you do, I feel, is about family.
Yes.
So, why family? Why so much family work?
Yeah. So backing up a little bit, I worked in the tech industry for 20 years, and I was really lucky to have a career that I felt really passionate about and that I was excited to do. But I did also feel like there was something missing. When I think about my values and the things that I care most about, not just family, but also well-being and health are really important. Those are tied into those organizations as well.
Definitely.
And so one way to feel like I'm, leading a full life that is fulfilling is to think about not just getting, learning and getting satisfaction out of your career, but also through how you give back to your community. And so family came up as a theme, as well as health and well-being, as something that was just important to me and one of the values that I live by.
Thank you so much for letting me come here and interview you. It's so much fun. I learned so much about you.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to chat with you.
So it was mine too. Thank you.